Good morning. We are tinkering today, and I actually have something exciting on the agenda. I did get a haircut. I like it better. I don't know what was happening. It was getting really wild there towards the end. There was like a couple of videos I was watching. I was like, is that what it looks like from the back? Is that what it looks like from the side? So I got a haircut. It's similar to what I've had before, but it's just a little bit more contained and less maintenance and a little bit more me. So I'm happy about that, but that's not what this is about. You guys have seen, we've been doing loads of little projects here and there, bits and bobs. However, if you recall, I got something commissioned for 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 for Christmas, which is very exciting. I got a custom oil painting made of him and his hunting horse he used to ride for the slipjacht, the hunting club where he used to work as the whipper in. And there was this one photo that Yes and I always loved, and has decided to get it commissioned. I received the painting, I don't know when it was. Let's say it was, I received the painting around Christmas time, and it was not really what I had asked for, and some of the communication with the artist was quite tricky. So I asked him, I said, listen, it's really not what we had discussed. The colors, there was quite a lot that was wrong. I said, is there any way we can try again? Because it was quite a bit of money that was done. And I think he took some ownership in the fact that, you know, the communication was good and he started on it before. Anyway, one thing led to another. It's come. The second copy of it has arrived. So I'm going to grab it for you guys. And then I'm going to show you the frame that I have bought for it, well, that I bought at the time for it as well. And I'm gonna bring it today to get it framed. It won't be happening today, the framing, but I'm gonna drop everything off, which should be exciting. But I'm quite nervous to see the reveal of this painting. I really hope we've nailed it this time. So let's see. The kitchen counter is not super clean, but it'll have to do. Hold on. This is how it arrives. It's kind of like in this tube and it's rolled up. I'm gonna need scissors. I'm gonna need scissors. The issue with the last one is we have quite a specific style of like paintings we have in the house. It's all oil paintings. They're all old. They all have like muted tones. It's not loud colors. It's like a certain mood, which is what I was trying to emulate for this one as well. And that's where that's where the mark was a little bit missed on the last one, because it looked super bright and like it wasn't thinly painted. There was no varnish finish on it. There was just quite a few things missing, and actually the artist had started before we were able to discuss really the crop of the painting, so it was much closer than I wanted. So we've started it all again, and I'm very, very grateful that he was willing to do this. Let's see, how do I open this? It's always quite complicated with these things. And the reason that I got this for Christmas for Yes is I'm more and more so with our home. I'm starting to realize that all the pieces that I actually like and like mean something to me is when there's like some sort of connection to them. And we have like a few art pieces that we appreciate in the house, but I don't want it to feel like a show house. I want it to feel like that when someone comes in, you really feel like, oh, this is their home. Or like I see bits of their personality everywhere, or maybe parts of their history and stuff like that, which hence this. Especially with us going into this hunting era again. So it comes in a tube like this. I am scared. I smell the varnish. I can already smell the varnish. And the varnish gives it this like kind of shiny oil painting finish on top. Okay, I'm definitely scared. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna spin you guys so you can see the unwrapping firsthand. I'll give you guys obviously a better view in a second. I really hope this came out nice. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to get something to hold that down. Okay, are we ready? Oh, it's looking promising. Oh my gosh, it came out so nice. Oh, wow. Okay, now that's what I'm talking about, people. Oh, this looks really good. Oh, I'm quite happy with that. Good. This came out nice. Okay, salt shaker, pair of scissors. Let me give you guys a view of this. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna have to step on the... Okay, you are not still really... There we are. Doesn't that look good? So this is Jesse's horse Murphy that he used to ride. And this was him jumping a ditch. And the colors are muted and there is like a... Do you see like the shiny kind of varnish finish on it? I'm actually really happy with that came out. I think that's gonna look really nice. And what I was aiming for is I wanted something reminiscent of this, because I really like the colors of this oil painting and the framing and everything. So I wanted something in this world, in this scheme. And I think we've been able to nail that. With this, I think it looks actually really nice. So that's what we're going to be getting framed. And speaking of the frame, let me go grab it. I will show you. I'm actually really happy with the frame and what it looks like. I just hope they're going to be able to put it together all very nicely. That's why I'm going to like a professional shop to do this, because I have no business doing this kind of stuff. Absolutely no business. The frame is large and rather ornate, but this is the frame. Are we seeing the vision? How do I do this? How do you show a frame into camera? There you go. Are we seeing the vision? I think this is going to look quite nice with the painting in it. Of course, it makes the painting much bigger, but we have so much wall space that I really wanted it to be like a statement piece. I think this is going to look nice. I wonder, I'm not going to do it, but I'm very tempted to place this over the painting so we can get like a bit of a look at what it would be like. Oh, I think it's going to be nice. Exciting! I can't wait. I can't wait to have this hanging on the wall. This is going to go in the living room where we have the TV. There's an empty wall there. Maybe I show you guys quickly actually where it's gonna go. Through the breakfast room, you come into our living room, which is here, which has not been tidied up. But here is where I'm thinking it's going to go. It's going to take center stage here. I think it's going to look really nicely. I think in the end we will. If we don't put it that high, we're going to put it roughly at the height of this one. I will have space to do something on top of it. And I would love to do something reminiscent of the hunt. So maybe if we can find some old memorabilia from Jesse, maybe like the trumpets they used, we can like hang the trumpet on top, or maybe like his, if we find his hunting whip or something. But wouldn't that be nice to do something like that up there? And then we still have space on this wall if we choose to do something. But as I said, I want to take my time with it. It's really going to be about like having things in here that matter, not just having fluff to fill the space. That's very important. It's been just the most glorious, fulfilling, beautiful weather. I'm trying to relish it and take in like every bit of warmth, because March in the Netherlands is not guaranteed, and neither is April. There's been many times we've still had snow in March or April. But for now, look at this. Hold on. Are we seeing the greenery? Everything is just bursting back to life. Also, the automatic gates, life-changing. Like, absolutely life-changing. It's been so handy to have. I'm taking you guys out here because before we head out, I wanted to go check on King, because I was thinking of maybe taking his rug off. It's like, even though it's like warm, it's not like boiling hot, and you know that we recently clipped King, and I think right now it's like 13, 14 degrees, but I think we can get away with letting him have his rug off and just feel the sun on his back. King is actually currently in Emporio's old field, which we haven't been able to bring ourselves to use yet, but it's been very nice having him here. And he's been really calm, really easygoing. He's been enjoying himself. There's loads of grass for him to eat. And he's nice and close to the house, so we get to keep an eye on him. Also, how good, if I can say so myself, but how good is the property looking? It's just like everything is mowed, everything is green. Also, we've made plans. We've finally had the company out to move this. It's happening because I can't bear to look at it anymore. Also, there's going to be a bunch of landscaping that's going to start happening here pretty quick. There's just a life to the place. Like, there's nothing like spring coming and just like reawakening everything. But he is king. He's been doing so good. I actually am so happy with his weight and how everything is going. And he's been able to put on a little bit of muscle. He's doing really well in his work. So I'm just incredibly pleased with him. He's 100% the horse I needed and wanted. Aren't you? You fulfilled every dream of mine you have. There we are, big man. You'll have a nice roll now. Here we go. Here's the grand reveal. Boom! Well done, buddy. Yeah, how does that feel? Does that feel good? I did want to show you guys his body. I feel like he's filling out so nicely. Like, he's gaining quite a bit of muscle here over the back. We're seeing a little bit more consistency and there's less of like a hump, and that will continue to get better as time goes on. He's relaxed through the flank, and dare I say maybe even the neck is getting there a little bit. Okay, this is not going to be like the best time to show you the tail, but I'm very happy with how it's, he wants bum scratches. I'm very happy with how the tails come out. Look at that beautiful apple bum. Are you looking for attention and scratches? And I will be taking this down a little bit further. And in the perfect world, I would actually take it down to somewhere around there. Somewhere like there. But because of the extension attachments, if I do that, you're going to see the extension. So for now, that's going to stay like this. However, we will be neatening this up. I just haven't been able to because look, he has had this giant sore which is completely peeled from the transport. I'm really not happy with the transport company I used. This is why I always use the same one. Unfortunately, they don't do that route to Ireland, so I didn't really have a choice but to go with a new one. But yeah, and his tail's gotten a nice short cut. So it's short, but not too short. He's just looking good. He's just looking good. And he's been doing tremendously in his work. But I will give you guys a better update on that a little bit later on. He does have a couple of little humps and bumps. But I have him on this supplement from 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 that I've been working on for 2 years. And I'm already seeing the effects of it happen because he was completely covered in them before. And it's already going away. It's already getting a lot better. The goal was always actually for him to be in the herd and with everybody else. However, because we've had such chaos and because he traveled quite poorly, he just needed a minute to bounce back before he's introduced and put through the ringer with those other boys. I'm just letting him have like a few weeks to really like settle in, you know, like get used to his food, get used to everything, and then we will place him out with the others. But for now, he just gets to chill, huh? Yeah, you just get to have a nice, easy time and get green hair from rolling in the grass. I'll give him a ride again later this afternoon. But for now, he can just spend the whole day chilling outside. Makes me happy to see them like this. You enjoy. I've got the dogs out here are just, I don't know what's with our dogs. People are like, oh, like sometimes it's like when they have stomach issues or something's going on, but ours eat a lot of grass. I think they've just been hanging out with too many horses. They've just been getting too inspired by watching horses grazing all day. But this is also what's so nice about our place is that we can just kind of have the dogs out like this and we don't have to be too tremendously worried about them going anywhere because they can't really. I mean, they're quite good anyway, but yeah, you always have that kind of worry in the back of your mind otherwise. Before we go in the car, I do want to show you guys some things going on in the garden. Oh, well, actually, small update on well, not that there's much to show you, but do you guys remember we did that huge planting of all those daffodils? Well, I think because I planted them quite late and we had quite a cold winter, they're just starting to come up now. So we don't have anything to show, but I reckon in like 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have quite the show going on there. They're a little bit delayed this year, but I think that probably makes sense, right? Considering they've just been planted and they got planted quite late. So I don't have much to show you there, but in the garden, I've got a couple of things I wanted to show you because there's a couple of plants in there that I'm like, I need to plant more of these. Like they look incredible. And especially this time of year when you're like yearning for some color, it's definitely worthwhile having some of these early flowering shrubs and plants in the garden. So I'm going to give you a little tour of what that's looking like because I think it looks quite pretty at the moment. So if we just go through here into the garden, straight from the stables, Just open up through here, let the heavens open up. Come on, girls. Who else? Oh, this is also exciting. This has had its first coating, which is beyond thrilling to me because I could not stand to look at this sanded down wood anymore. And what also got its first coating is this door. We've been living with this door half green, half white, and it's gotten its base layer. It needs 2 more coats, but it's gotten its first bit. We're just starting to tackle now all of the outside wood that needs to be painted. That includes all the doors and stuff around the house and the barn. It's all starting to get tackled, and then at one point or another, this whole house will be getting repainted. But that is quite the undertaking, so that's going to wait a little bit. However, now that we're in here, let's firstly enjoy the beauty of spring. But our magnolia is starting to bloom. I'm going to take you guys on the other side, but this camellia has been an absolute showstopper. If you guys think, I mean, look at how much has already fallen off, but wait till I show you the other side. Let me take you there. I also still need to do like a big garden cleanup. I think this is going to be on the agenda. Maybe I will tackle it in this video, but I just have to cut everything back and start cleaning up because it's going to be time now, because everything's going to be starting to come through. I can already see some undergrowth starting to come out, so it's definitely time for a cleanup. All the roses have come out as well. But are we seeing this? The magnolia smells incredible. If only I could share smells through my YouTube videos. But the camellia is just completely covered. I took some videos and photos as well. I'll put them in here the other day with better lighting, but it's been flowering its head off since the beginning of March. So it's been like 2-3 weeks already, and it just keeps going. It's evergreen. It's so low maintenance. It probably needs a bit of a prune back, to be honest. But overall, it looks incredible, especially like right next to the magnolia. It just all looks really nice. And one other area I wanted to show you, which I'm quite pleased with, which we absolutely did nothing to. This is all thanks to the previous owners. The lawn is also slowly coming back to life. I gave it a mow like 2 days ago, so it's neatened up quite a bit. But underneath this large, what is this? It's so funny because now I do everything in Dutch, so I'm thinking of the Dutch name, but I'm not thinking of the English name. It's not a birch, it's a, it'll come to me in a moment. But we have all of these like naturalized anemones here on the floor with a couple of little daffodils that have come up as well. And it just looks so nice because the sun sets through kind of there. So in the afternoon, you just have this whole area glowing and it looks so nice. And how nice is it to see a horse in that field again? I was a little bit like, it's another gray horse. It's maybe going to be triggering me, but actually I've just been loving having him there. It's been so nice. You just feel so connected to all the horses when you can see them that close just from the house itself. But yeah, this is a really sweet view through here, and there's some other bulbs actually coming up, which I don't remember from last year what it was. So we will see a little bit what comes through here, but look how sweet they are. Are we seeing this? Tell me it's spring without telling me it's spring. It just breathes a whole fresh energy to the place. I'm so happy to invite this new season in. Through this actual garden bed, there's a few like bulbs as well. You can't see them as much because I haven't done my cutback, but this is another reason why I wanted to. I think this is hyacinths or something like that. And I think there's some other anemone types in here, like these purple ones, which you can see a little bit better right here. So there's just a bit of like a sea and a menagerie of different things. We've got a couple of like tulips popping up throughout the place. And there's a couple of daffodils tucked in back there. It's just such a sweet area. It just needs a really nice cleanup. Maybe we'll get to that soon. I just have to get onto it because before you know it, everything's going to be growing back so tall. It's going to make it rather difficult. And of course the hydrangeas also need to be pruned back. But look at today. Look at today. The dogs love to hang out here, especially Maisie. She gets obsessed with this area because we have like some field mice which are not really an issue for the house or something because they never come in, field mice typically. But there's like some field mice that lives here. Maisie loves to torment them and hunt them, even though they couldn't hunt anything even if they wanted to. And then I'm thinking I've got this climbing, I think this is jasmine. I think it's something like that. And I think I'm gonna rip it all out and do something else this year. We've got here like a rose intertwined with a clematis, and that looks really nice. But the jasmine is I'm just not loving it. It's like barely flowering. It gets caught up in our awning, which is like in there. So I think I wanna do another rose, but I think I wanna do a rambler. And I'm gonna let it go up here and then all above here as well. I think that would look so nice. This beautiful rambling rose with a beautiful fragrance. That way when we're in the breakfast room, we open the window, we can smell the fragrance. Oh, just speaking of which, I mean, this magnolia smells so good. It smells incredible. This is also their favorite. This video is like me having ADHD about spring. This is their favorite toy at the moment. They've completely torn it to shreds. It's only like, what, 2 weeks old? But Ben, this is like their favorite thing to play with right now. They're completely obsessed with it. And Penny, what she does sometimes now is she just sits at the door, cries, begging for us to play with it. Look how good you are. Penny, I want to show you guys her thing. 1 second. Penny, sit. Very good. Sit. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Go. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, one last time. Then I've got to go get this painting then. Maisie, I'm sorry to interrupt your sunbathing, but I do have to take you in, madam. Yeah? Right, let's go in, girls. And we're gonna hang out a little bit later. I won't be too long. I've been having this issue lately with my car, and that is that the battery is like going dead. And I have a feeling it's happened again because I don't hear my security system. Let's see, fingers crossed. Hold on, I'll explain. Oh, she starts. Yeah, I've been having this issue with my car because in the Netherlands, if you want to insure your car for theft, it needs to have this like, and it's over a certain amount of money, the car, it needs to have this like 5-star safety rating thing. Most cars don't have it, so then you need to get like a second-hand market extra security system put on your car, which means that it's controlled, it's like connected to a central station, which means that they can track the car and they can remotely turn the car off in case it's being stolen or whatever. But that system, if I don't drive my car for like 2-3 days, it completely drains my car. Like completely. So I need to, honestly, I just need to go get it removed because it's, of course, if you leave your car at the airport, for instance, for a couple days, you come back and your battery's dead. So I travel always full time with jumper cables because you just never know. And it's just ridiculous. It's just like, just doesn't work. Yeah, I think these ones up here are quite interesting, maybe even that one. That's quite a nice finish. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I definitely like more the older styles. Yeah. That appeals to me. Also, this last one actually is quite nice as well. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's quite nice too. Yeah. I feel like we've had quite a few conversations about the fact that I'm in full-time therapy, and I have been since 2020. It's been 6 years. It's hard to believe because if I think about the person I was before I started therapy, it feels like a completely other chapter of my life, a completely other person, a person who lacked a lot of self-understanding, a person who was at times overwhelmed and didn't know how to handle life and life's difficulties. So to think back at where I've come in the last 6 years is actually incredible. And it has been, I think, the one sole thing I've done for myself that's been the most beneficial in terms of my happiness, in terms of my confidence, in terms of how I approach my work. It's covered so many different bases, how I handle my friendships, everything, literally anything you can think of, I've discussed in therapy and I've had help through with therapy. Which leads me on really beautifully to today's paid partner, which is BetterHelp. You are presented first with a quick questionnaire in order for BetterHelp to understand a little bit about you and what you're looking for. And after only a couple of days, BetterHelp will try and match you to the right therapist for you. The best thing about it is you can actually change therapists at any time. I know for me, it was a little bit of a journey finding my right person. It's not like a one and done. I know therapy can seem daunting for some people trying to fit it into their schedule or making the time to actually go in person. BetterHelp makes that really, really simple. You can choose to have your sessions through texting, through phone calls, video calls, and everything kind of revolves around your schedule. BetterHelp has already helped over 6 million people. And if you're sitting on the fence about therapy this year, I highly, highly advise looking into them. If you guys are interested, I do have a link, which is www.betterhelp.com/MattHarnacke. And in doing so, you guys will receive 10% off your first month. Thank you so much again, BetterHelp, for being today's paid partner. And now back to the video. I just got back here at the house. Successful day. I also stopped by Ava because she lives really close there and I had lunch with her, which was nice. Now I'm back at the stables and I got some deliveries I actually wanted to unpack with you guys. I don't like 100% remember what they are. However, I do know that I'm waiting on a new bridle for King because the bridle that I have now was, you saw, the bridle that I tried was far too small. I was able to pop him in my old shocker molder, but that is still too small. So I have him in another one, and actually we've been having a small issue. We've been having a small thing. He's been getting a rub from where the skin is touching the noseband and the bit. He's getting rubbed there. So what I've done now is I've bought a different kind of bridle. I've put bit guards on the bit, and I have a sheepskin kind of cover for the bottom of the base of the noseband. That way, even if the skin gets pinched or gets pushed towards it, which it shouldn't anymore, but if it does, it's landing on the sheepskin. Hopefully that will work out, but it's always a little bit this trial and error things with buying a new horse, that you just don't know them. However, I don't know if you guys remember, but somehow we always get all of our stuff. I mean, the post people know us by now because we get a lot of deliveries actually. So they just open the garage door and they just plonk everything here. Obviously that won't be possible. Obviously that won't be possible for much longer because the second gate's about to go up in 2 weeks. However, for now, everything is still arriving here. And the boxes for King's new rugs arrived because I did buy them all the wrong size, all too big. So I need to still return those, but I did get new ones sent over, so that way I had something to put this horse into. He's actually a bit tricky because he's kind of between sizes. But I think this might be his bridle, which is very exciting. I got it from the UK because they had like the right... Yes, this is the bridle. Here it is. I got it in extra full. Looks promising already. So, let's have oh, it's not assembled. Which way? Okay, this will need some leather conditioning. But the brow band is like plaited leather, which I really like. That's quite traditional. And it's got an anatomical headband. That should fit just by looking at it. You never know, of course, with this horse. But the noseband is... Oh, I hope this doesn't look too dressage-y because that's not what I wanted. But the noseband is just a pretty typical looking... No, that's quite nice actually, I think. But yeah, it's pretty typical looking flash and noseband. It's padded and it even has a little extra leather for where the flash is going through there. But I think that will look quite smart on him. This was supposed to be brown, but I think it's quite difficult to tell in this lighting. I think it is brown, but it's certainly darker brown than all my other stuff. But it will be something like this. So we can definitely try this on him later and see how it fits and how it looks. I think it will look quite nice on him actually. The only thing is that I have all my gear and everything has brass accents. And I don't know why, but it's so difficult to find something with brass accents in terms of bridles. and in terms of bridle that I actually like. So this is not with brass, this is just with the kind of metal silver, but I think that will do. We will definitely try that on him in a second when I bring him in, because today I think I'm going to still ride him in the in 𝒋𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 bridle. I will show you actually the setup. Let me show you. This is my setup for him. I've got his breastplate and 𝒋𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘's reins, which I really like. They're the 𝒂𝒗𝒂 reins. It's like the rubber ones, but they're like super flexible, which is nice. It doesn't mean you have these stiff, annoying reins, and they feel really nice in hand, and they're like anti-slip. So I've got those. And then I've got him just in the 𝒂𝒗𝒂 bitless bridle, which is 𝒋𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘's own bitless bridle he created, which has served him so well, and he's doing really good with it. And the special thing about these reins is that they're clip-on, do you see? So if you want to change the placement of the reins, you can quickly do that. So I think I'm gonna stick with him in this setup for like a week. And then when he's feeling better and that small cut is healed, I will place him into this. However, today we will check just how this looks. We won't put a bit or something in, but we can just check a little bit the size. We're on the conversation of unboxing. You guys saw last time I bought this kind of like sheepskin numna because I'm like very much into this this look, and that's also what you hunt in, at least what most people hunt in. And I got one from Kentucky, and honestly, I was really not happy with it. It looked like a pancake, especially looking afterwards at everything. I was not happy with it at all. So I ended up purchasing one from 𝒂𝒂. All of this is obviously not sponsored, but I purchased one from 𝒂𝒂. Such a shame Equestrian Stockholm doesn't have these, but I will talk to the team because I see a little bit of a gap in the market here. Oh no, this is something else. Oh no, I didn't want to expose this one. Okay, this is something else, and this is something that is going to really show my age. This was something that I was going to quietly do, but we're just going to talk about it now. So I wanted to put something a little bit more comfortable on the jumping saddle for when I trail ride, because if you're trail riding for longer periods of time, or if you're hunting a horse for longer periods of time, your butt gets quite sore in the saddle, especially if you're like me and you ain't got a butt. So I bought this. I was searching online and I was like, I think this is what I need. And at first I wanted to get a saddle cover in sheepskin because I thought that'll be nice and warm and that will be really good. However, I got this one instead. This is this gonna fit? This is like a saddle seat, which is a little bit cushioned and should be a little bit more comfortable. So that way when I go on trail rides, obviously not for everyday use, there's absolutely no need for that. But when you go for trail rides and you want to go for quite a long one, or if you want to go for a hunt, then you've got a little bit of padding on your saddle. Maybe we can see if this actually fits. Because my jumping saddle is quite small, so that's why I got a medium. So I need to see if this actually fits on the saddle or not. But this could come in quite handy actually. Just looks like this, but we'll try and pop that on. Oh, but that means that the other thing that I was waiting for didn't arrive yet. Maybe I will show you what that looks like because I already bought one of these 𝒂𝒂 pads that I was really happy with. I'll show you. The fit of these is perfect. If you're searching for something like this, this is what you need. Again, not sponsored, but this is definitely like a great solution. And I'm going to talk to ES about if they want to do anything like this because it's so difficult to find a good one. But this one I have been very happy with, and I believe I ordered one in brown and in black. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. I'm going to bring my saddle out. I'm so curious to see if this thing actually fits on top. But there we have my saddle. I'm going to put the stirrups down. And then, oh, I think this is the right size. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some feedback on how that is and if that actually feels nice or not. It's very cushioned, so I think it's gonna be good. Here he is, the big guy. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Right, let's back you up a little. Let's have a look. Is this gonna fit finally? Have we found the right combo for you? Okay, brow band's big enough, and I like the plaited brow band. I'll give you guys a good look in a second. I do need to try and get that straightened out. Plenty of space in the headpiece, good. So I know it's quite funny to look at like this, but it fits. And the nice thing is that these points go so far back. It's a little bit of this anatomical design, and that's exactly what I needed, because here is where it was pinching before. So that's actually sitting really well, and I have it a little bit on the higher side, the noseband, but that's because exactly that, I'm trying to avoid the pinching. So I think that's going to be quite good. I think that will work. I think he looks quite smart in it, actually. If bridles always look terribly funny without a bit, don't they? But the brow band looks really nice on him. Also, his little skin wounds from the transportation are healing, and there's hair growing back, which makes me very happy to see. In the end is going to be the final setup. I have this Springer bit in it, and the reason that I like it is that it applies pressure more evenly, because it involves pole pressure. When you attach your rein to here and you're using it, it is engaging the pole, which is giving some pressure on here on the top. It also is bar pressure, but with an egg butt attachment. Even though this is a loose ring, it has an egg butt attachment right here. However, this egg butt for his type of mouth seems to be creating the pinch a little bit if there isn't enough clearance, even though it's good to have because you don't want to get them pinching in the ring. So I have these now just in case for the rubbing, so we're going to have to see if that works or not. Obviously, this is all a little bit of a testing phase still. But the reason I like this bit is because it doesn't just have bar pressure. It has a locking system inside, so you're distributing pressure throughout the whole mouth. You're not just pulling on the corners of the mouth. So I always feel like with these bits, you have a more complete ability to spread your message throughout the whole head of the horse rather than focusing on these tiny little areas on the corners of the mouth. That's why I like these bits. I feel like they're actually nicer, in my opinion, for how I ride and how I apply my aids. I feel like I'm able to distribute everything a little bit more. And I like having some pole pressure. I think I felt the benefits of that also when I'm riding with a double bridle with a lot of my horses. Oh, you look very pretty in it. It does look good on you. So I think this will be a winning combo. I just need to give it some time. The leather needs a little bit of breaking in. I may have to slightly tighten the bit still a little bit, but this is all things that when I start actually using the equipment, I'm going to be able to see. But for now, we're going to let that rub mark, that's just behind here, we're going to let that rest and heal. So it's going to be another bitless day for you, and I think I'm going to lunge you today. So I think we're going to do a bitless lunging session. How about that? But actually, I think this is quite smart. I don't know if I'll actually hunt him in this or not, but I think if I did, in terms of turnout, that looks pretty nice. I am happy with that. I just hope you're happy. That's going to be the most important thing, huh? It's a new day. It's the next day. And as we discussed, weather is glorious and we're going to be doing garden cleanup. I can't find a hat anywhere, and I've been actually kind of looking for the moment to wear this hat. My brother gave it to me as a gift when he went to the States. Hold on. Let me whack it on and show you what I mean. Are any people from the States recognizing this hat? Let's give it a bit of shape. Well, isn't this just the vibe for today? I had to put this shirt on. I've showed it to you guys before. I don't know if you remember, but I mean, do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Right, let's pop outside. A responsible person would go and grab appropriate footwear right now. I, on the other hand, like to be comfortable. So I'm going to grab my Birkenstocks. I've got like outdoor Birkenstocks and indoor ones. That's when you know you come from like an Italian household. We're like I don't know about you guys, but we're like a no shoes in the house household. Just feels nicer, just feels cleaner. I mean, we're not like super fanatic about it. Like if people are coming over and stuff, as long as the shoes obviously aren't incredibly muddy or something, we don't ask people to take it off. You want to come outside as well, girls? Come enjoy the outside. Yeah, as long as people's shoes aren't incredibly dirty, we never ask anyone to take them off. Right. Breathe in the magnolia. We're going to be tackling the cutbacks of this whole section. That way everything that's trying to come through can really thrive. And then we're going to do some weeding on the other side and some cutbacks over there. So we're going to see how it goes. I wonder if these are at the point where I can just snap them basically. I might need my trimmers for some of this. But to be honest, like at this late stage of the game, it goes pretty easily just with your hand like that. Gosh, what a difference that made already so quickly. Oh, that ripped out the whole plant. Now that I shouldn't do. But what an incredible difference. See what a difference it makes? Won't take us long. I will have to get like shears to cut back the hydrangea and stuff, but I reckon we just get started here. Well, wasn't that very eventful? All I got was this little cut from that whole experience. So could have been much worse, but actually it went rather quick. I mean, this is the great thing about like these big herbaceous borders is that they're perennial and they all mostly get cut back. The only thing that I can't do that with obviously is the roses. With the roses I actually have to go through and hand prune everything. But it made it so easy also that I could just use the mower to pick everything up. So on the main beds, I'm not going to do a terrible amount this year. However, I still have to do a whole bunch of weeding. So there's like little garden beds in front of all the stable windows. I would like to do roses there, I think. The horses can't reach it. And most roses aren't toxic. I can definitely look for non-toxic varieties. So I would like to do some roses there, and then maybe in here we will do something like a little bit more formal, like a formal rose garden or something at some point. That would be really beautiful and fragrant. But for this year, not. So I'm just probably going to get some topsoil and just level everything out here. Like I'm just going to level the lawn. There's two patches here where the old trees used to be. There was like old quince trees that we removed because they were far too close to the building, and they had canker as well, so they were like rotted on the inside. But yeah, so for today that's it. But the next job is going to be cleaning up the whole pathway and that whole bedding flower bed area close to the wall, and then landscaping that. That's going to be really nice. But what a difference. Let me just spin you guys around so you can see. It's always incredible to me how much you can accomplish in the garden in such a short amount of time. But everything has been cut back. These were the roses I was mentioning. They are pink flowering. I don't know what kind of variety they are, but they're actually very, very nice. But these I'm gonna have to all hand do, and there's a big rose, kind of almost like a rose tree. It's very old and very large. I gave it a severe prune back last year, this thing here, and last year it didn't flower at all because I bloody took the thing back so much, but now it's actually got some shape. So I think this year we're gonna get some roses again. It's beautiful, soft pink, very fragrant roses. Another snapshot of the magnolia. And then I think at some point or another, I don't know what this is. I had looked it up. I don't remember. It flowers pink in the spring. It almost looks like a, yeah, see all the names. Judasboom, I think it's called in Dutch. I don't know what it's called in English anymore. Like a red bud, not a red bud. Goodness, what is it called? Anyway, well, we're considering removing it completely, or like completely giving it a rejuvenative prune, cutting it back, because Andorra, I can't really see much out of it. But I can't really quite bring myself to it. I think maybe after the spring show, after like its spring flowers, I will do it. But it's just been here so long, and it's quite an anchor piece as well. We really like it. So, I don't know. I can try and maybe prune some of the branches back on this side a little bit. We will see. We will figure it out. But this is what we're dealing with. There's just a bunch of weeds. The pathway needs like a whole topsoil redone. So I'm going to start clearing it. I already started over here before. And then I was like, this ain't for today, because this is a project bigger than I can handle. But I've already loosened up all of these, as you can see. And I think the idea is there's like, I don't know what it's called actually. Oh my goodness, is it called a hoe? I think it might be called a hoe or something hoe-esque. But you just kind of rub like this, and you get the top part of the plant off. You don't really kill it. But what I do after this is I've got an organic weed spray that I use over the top, and that pretty much does the trick, because I did it last year too. And I use it for between the bricks and the pathways. Otherwise, it's completely impossible to try and keep up with it here. And then we removed the fig tree, and then look at how much it grew in 1 year. I've cut the left side back so we could even open the window. But this one is coming back with vengeance. And there is also, you guys might remember that, I think it was like 1.5 years ago, we removed all the ivy that was growing up on here. It's trying to sneak back. Getting rid of like ivy roots is incredibly difficult, so I'm going to have to spray those as well. And we have a bunch of Nepeta here that's coming back. So I might leave the Nepeta, because that is like really nice purple flowers or something of the sort. But all of this needs to be cleared. And then there is this. I don't know what this is, but there is, I think, is that a type of phlox? I don't know if anyone knows, let me know. But that's growing. I don't know if I should leave that or not. But yeah, I do have something is poking me. Something spiny has gotten into my socks. Oh, and we do have a little visitor here. Look, little bears in the stable. Hi, bear. You've been hearing all of the gardening. Sorry about that. Okay, well, I'm happy. I'm quite satisfied with that. I think it looks much better overall. I need to get rid of the mower now, put it away. But overall, that's definitely looking much neater and tidier. Almost forgot to show you guys this border, which is looking much, much better. Definitely refreshed. You can see all of the tulips. I feel like there's way more tulips this year coming up. I mean, you can see some there, some here. There's a grouping over there, here. This one's actually coming out, and this one's just about to. So maybe, and there's another grouping back there. So maybe we're having a little bit more luck with the tulips naturalizing and coming back a little bit stronger. I know it doesn't look like much, but literally in a month here, everything is green and just bursting. And this is definitely kind of like a cottage garden mix. So the nice thing about it is that it all kind of becomes one, and you don't have to worry about weeding. You don't have to worry about leaves. In literally 1 month, I'm going to show you guys this spot again. You will just see green. It's like a giant cloud of a mixture of different greens. I'm gonna call it for today because I actually have to go ride. Oh, there's King. Hey, can you guys see him? Look, there's King over there. There he is. But yeah, I'm gonna go pack everything away and then I'm gonna go for a ride. It's beautiful weather. So I always feel guilty about taking the horses out of the field. That's why I tend to ride either very early before they go out or quite late. Because I just want to, when the weather's like this, I'm like, just stay out in the field and just enjoy it and be out there. But now it's definitely time to ride. So I'm going to put the camera down and catch up with you guys a little bit later on.